Hi, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Rachel Stewart, and welcome to the Anti-Racism Summer Film Series. What I'm going to be doing over the course of the summer, in addition to discussing these films and really breaking them apart and understanding our roles in perpetuation of anti-racism, I'm also going to be posting short videos throughout the summer and beyond that are going to explore some of the concepts behind things like prejudice, racism, and perception of culture. So this is the first in our series of mini lectures, and what we're going to be talking about today is we are going to be talking about stereotyping. So let's talk about, this is kind of a basic concept when we first start to look at things like racism and prejudice. So what we're going to talk about today with this video is what stereotyping is. All right, so stereotyping, as a definition, is the negative or positive judgments made about an individual based on any observable or believed group membership. So what does that mean? It essentially just means that we learn to sort of categorize people based upon the perception of what groups they belong to, and we learn how to treat people in certain ways based upon the perception of those stereotypes. So why do we stereotype? Well, it actually goes into how we learn. So the brain will tell you that the brain is this fantastic organ. Think about that for a second. The brain will tell you how fantastic it is, which is true. The brain is fantastic, and the way that it is able to process and store information is phenomenal. However, because it is such a hard-working machine, the brain likes to be lazy in some other ways. Now, my brain says, let's not use the word lazy, let's use the word cognitively efficient. Whatever you call it, laziness, cognitive efficiency, our brain likes to take shortcuts. And one of the ways that we take shortcuts is through how we store experiences and knowledge. When we are exposed to some new stimuli, so if we eat something new, see something new, hear something new, what we will do is we will create a neural pathway for that. We also call it a schemata. We create a scheme for what that thing is. So when we're children, we're doing lots and lots of work on building neural pathways with all of this information that we're getting. One of the ways that we can see this is, for example, if you're a little kid and you see a little four-legged furry creature with tail and floppy ears and it goes, woof, then we know, okay, that's a dog, right? So we get told that's a dog. So the next time you come across a small four-legged furry creature, you say, and it goes, woof, it looks a little different, but it has most of the same characteristics. And so you go, oh, that's another dog. And then when you come across a four-legged furry creature with tail and pointy ears, and it goes, meow, you go, well, it doesn't quite sound like a dog. And then you find out it's a cat. So that creates a new neural pathway. Well, here's the thing, is that does actually take effort and energy, whether we know it or not, to create all of these different schemata. So what we like to do is we like to create one schemata that we can send as many things as possible down. So we get used to the point of being able to see pretty much any kind of dog and know that it is some sort of dog. Where stereotyping comes in is that we start to make general assessments based upon our experience of those stimuli. So for example, if you've only ever had positive experiences with golden retrievers, then the assumption is that every time you come across a golden retriever, it is going to be a nice dog. So you've now stereotyped in a positive way that golden retrievers are nice dogs. So there is this sort of root of functionality within stereotypes. The other thing to know about stereotypes as well is that we do not have to have direct experience in order to form them. Meaning that we do not have to have direct experience with a dog face-to-face in order to know what one is. We can see one on television, we can see one in pictures, or we can have somebody explain it to us, and we are able to learn. And that's actually one of the most fantastic things about the brain as well, is the ability to learn indirectly. This also creates a problem with stereotyping, though, because that means you can create judgments about individuals that you've never actually encountered. You've never had any direct experience with a group of people, but because you may have been told that they act or think in a certain way, or you've seen images or film or media about that group to act and think in a certain way. So this brings us to sort of these positive or negative judgments, right? So stereotyping can be negative, and that's oftentimes what we think of, and that's going to be judgments made that are harmful toward that individual. And we also have what are considered positive ones. Those are ones that are considered positive, that shine a positive light on that person based upon their group membership. In the next video, I am going to explain why stereotypes are harmful, including the positive stereotypes. So just as sort of a reminder here, as a wrap up, stereotyping is where we essentially just create specific neural pathways of groups of people. And oftentimes it is very hard for us to break out of those sort of schemata we have created for other people. Thank you for listening, and stay tuned for the next video on the harms of stereotyping. Take care.